What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including two top WWE superstars won't be snubbed at SummerSlam, Logan Paul in big trouble, LA Knight's face turn is imminent, Triple H ready to push Star to the moon, WWE cancelled Bray Wyatt plans, Natalya wants to face a male WWE star, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel, Wrestlelamia Shorts. And now let's do the intro and get straight into our first story. At top of today's news are two reports concerning the upcoming SummerSlam show, which is less than 4 weeks away now. This includes rumors of another match being made, as well as changes of plans for two Raw performers at the biggest party of the summer. The first being that two top superstars won't be snubbed at SummerSlam. Fans who were disappointed by Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens' absence at Money in the Bank may not have to worry about the two missing SummerSlam. A fan recently asked Better Wrestling Experience whether the undisputed tag team champions will perform there, receiving this reply: 100%. They need to step things up with Zayn and KO, as their tag team reign has largely been forwarding storylines for the Bloodline. Fans may appreciate their reign if the two were given proper opponents, as well as a feud over the titles. However, if BWE's report is spot on, who will the champs face at SummerSlam? That won't be our next team if BWE has the right information. As a change of plans for Raw superstars at SummerSlam, it looks like fans won't get to see Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano team up as DIY at SummerSlam. BWE is also reporting a DIY Jinx for SummerSlam, different route now. While the WWE seems to be reuniting Ciampa and Johnny Wrestling, it may come at a slower pace than fans want. Right now, Ciampa is in a program with The Miz, but it's unclear if this will be used to reunite the duo. Would you guys like to see DIY reunite? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Logan Paul in big trouble. As potentially bad news for WWE superstar Logan Paul, as the Associated Press reports US Senator Chuck Schumer is asking about the Food and Drug Administration to investigate Logan Paul's popular Prime energy drink. The drink reportedly contains about the same amount of caffeine as 6 cans of Coca-Cola. The Prime energy drink reportedly contains a warning that is only for users 18 and over. However, Schumer noted Prime also has a hydration drink, and parents may be confused over what they buy. According to the AP article, Schumer claimed that there was a little noticeable difference in the online marketing of the two drinks, leading many parents to believe that they were purchasing a juice for their kids only to wind up with a cauldron of caffeine. The senior senator from New York's letter to the FDA contained the following: a simple search on social media for Prime will generate an eye-popping amount of sponsored content, which is advertising. This content and the claims made should be investigated, along with the ingredients and the caffeine content in the Prime energy drink. The WWE has promoted Paul's energy drink at its PLEs, and it's unknown whether any controversy will lead to the WWE scaling back or ending its promotion of the product. With the WWE still working to make its merger with Endeavor official, it may want to avoid the appearance of associating with any controversial product. What do you guys think of Prime? Personally, I think it's mid. Really sweet. Next up, LA Knight face turn imminent. It's time for an update on SmackDown superstar LA Knight, whose popularity continues to grow exponentially every week. Better Wrestling Experience reports a face turn is coming, and while this may seem like a painfully obvious report, it's worth noting that the WWE has abandoned its past policy of piping boos when Knight appears. Knight received a huge pop when he appeared on the 7th July SmackDown, and even though his segment didn't air on SmackDown properly, they did release it as a digital exclusive, with fans going wild over watching Knight dispose of Hit Row after two members of the faction mocked New York City. Next up, WWE's MVP revealed. Who is the WWE's MVP? While undisputed champion Roman Reigns might seem like the obvious choice, you've probably heard past reports that Triple H considers the Visionary his #1 guy on Raw. Now, a former WWE superstar who worked closely with Rollins a few years back is praising Rollins. Malachi Black, who feuded against Rollins on Raw as Aleister Black, had this to say when he appeared on Bobby Fischer's podcast. I think a lot of people don't understand how much of an MVP he has been. I learned a lot from working with Seth when we were in the pandemic era, and even before that, right before we shut down and stuff. The leader of AEW's House of Black elaborated on how Rollins helped him grow. The conversations I would have with him and the advice that he would give me and his perspective on the way he does his promos, the way he puts it in his head and how it comes up with his stuff. every week he would give me questions like, I want you to answer these, and I'd have to sit down and think about it, and I don't think people realize how incredibly good this dude and how consistent of a wrestler he's been for decades. Malachi Black is considered one of AEW's best talkers, and he has an eclectic character that resonates with the AEW galaxy regardless of how he's been booked. Next up, WWE cancelled Bray Wyatt plans. There's interesting news concerning Bray Wyatt, who remains one of wrestling's most talked about performers even when he's not competing. Fans have heard many rumors about Wyatt, including one that WWE wanted various superstars to play Wyatt's Firefly Funhouse characters in the ring. Now, former WWE superstar Mike Bennett is confirming this was originally in the works. Bennett spoke with Metro UK recently about this, saying, early on when Bray Wyatt turned into The Fiend, Vince McMahon was always high on having Bray lead a group for some reason. He always wanted him to lead a group. We were about a week away from making it happen, where me and Eric Young were going to be part of Bray Wyatt's group. Mike recalled some of the details, saying, they were going to bring to life the puppets. Each puppet was going to represent an actual person. I do remember there were talks that I was going to be Sister Abigail and Eric going to be a buzzard. Although this didn't happen, Wyatt's 2022 return led to heavy speculation that the WWE was going to revisit the idea, with many fans and pundits labeling the hypothetical group the Wyatt Six. Unfortunately, Wyatt's medical absence from the WWE has put a damper on his storyline, and it's unknown what's next for Bray when he returns. Next up, All In still moving massive ticket numbers. AEW's upcoming All In Supercard at Wembley Stadium continues to move tickets, this despite AEW not announcing any matches for the show yet, so much that it's already sped past many WrestleMania records. WrestleTix is reporting All In at Wembley Stadium August 27th will likely be among the top most attended pro wrestling events since 1960, exceeding one-day numbers for most WrestleManias. WrestleTix estimates tickets sold now at just over 68,000. It'll be interesting to see if there's another surge in ticket sales once AEW actually announces its card. Ironically, while All In has sold many tickets, there are reports AEW's TV numbers in the UK are surprisingly low, probably due to the time it comes on. Next up, Triple H ready to push Star to the moon. Does WWE still have plans for Tegan Nox, one of the many WWE superstars Triple H brought back when he took over as WWE's Chief Content Officer? Unfortunately, Tegan's appearances have been far and few between. However, Better Wrestling Experience is reporting that fans should expect a big push for Nox very soon. Next up, WWE sets new record for Madison Square Garden. That's more good news for the WWE, as its recent edition of SmackDown at MSG set a new box office record. WrestleTix is reporting 13,528 fans attended the show. PW Insider noted that there was a big sense of pride backstage among execs over the company hitting the biggest live gate for an event at Madison Square Garden ever. WWE ticket sales have been strong, with sellouts and many near sellouts. Who do you think is responsible for the WWE's popularity, or is it a case of fans just enjoying many different aspects about the product today? Next up, WWE returning to the UK. It's good news for UK fans who didn't get enough of WWE action when the Money in the Bank PLE was held in London's O2 Arena. While they haven't announced any more PLEs for the UK, it recently announced WWE Live returns to the UK this October. WWE Live returns to the UK this October with WWE Sunday Stunner at London's OVO Arena on Sunday, October 29th, before heading to Nottingham, England on Monday, October 30th, and Glasgow, Scotland on Tuesday, October 31st. Fans attending WWE Live will see their favourite superstars in action, including the Usos, Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, Bobby Lashley, Asuka, the Street Profits, and many more. And finally, Natalya wants to face a male WWE superstar. Last but not least, current Raw superstar Natalya recently revealed her dream opponent for an intergender match. While there's no evidence that WWE intends to bring back matches between men and women other than in mixed tag matches, Natalya knows who she'd like to battle. The Queen of Hearts recently spoke with legendary wrestling reporter Bill Apter and asked who she'd like to face. Natty told Bill, Dolph Ziggler. I think Dolph is so versatile. People said Dolph is a Cal Ripken of the men and you're the Cal Ripken of the women of WWE. But I look at Dolph and he's been so consistently good for so long. But if I wanted to wrestle someone, it would be Dolph. I think he's so well rounded. I think he's the Mr. Perfect of today's generation. So Dolph would be one of the people I would love to wrestle. During a Sportskeeda interview, Natty also dropped another name, saying, I would love to wrestle against Gable. I think Gable is wildly talented. What do you guys think of that match though? Would you like it to happen? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.